Rob Cesternino here for another amazing race exit interview. We're here with Jack and Chelsie, father and daughter, who we got to see a whole different side of their relationship from Chelsea's time on Big Brother. How you guys doing?
We're doing
Excellent.
so great. Yeah.
How are
Thanks
you,
for
Rob?
having us.
Okay, well, let's start with the thing that really was the Achilles heel for you guys, which was the
Do it.
navigation. Jack's pointing at me. That
Go ahead, Dad.
You had to open up that old salty wound there, Rob.
we can come back to it. You want to go? You want to hit
No,
that
No, no,
second?
no,
jump
it's
right
all
into
good.
it.
Real quick, and I'll let Chelsea talk about it. You're right. It was our Achilles heel, along with my knee injuries or my knees giving out. But the biggest thing, what a lot of people don't understand, Rob, is when you're racing in another country and you don't have a map. I think we only had a map twice in the race. When we had a map, we did okay. It was when we had to write down directions. So translating from someone's phone in a different language to paper and then trying to read buildings on the or signs on the side of a building, which are maybe 15 by 15 in another language is very difficult compared to us reading Sunset, Hollywood, all these different exit signs.
Yeah.
So that was a struggle for us. If we can do it all again, I think we should have taken more time and been more precise on our writing down directions and how we did it. And I think it would have been better if Chelsea had done that because she's better at translating that. You know, the youth are on the phone from to paper compared to my old school. Give me a Thomas guy, brother. So anyway, yes, that was in spite of all that, we still hung in there. Had we taken better directions, I think we could have still been in the race. So I'll let her finish up on
Yeah.
that.
So the strategy going into it was I drive, he navigates because that's what he does as a firefighter. He guides the
Hmm.
guy who's driving the truck. And I said this earlier. I didn't know until 2 days, Rob, 2 days ago, current, that my dad wasn't that great at that on the job. So I was like, you could have told me that
Jack.
before the race. And thank you. I'm thinking my dad, he does he's the one that navigates in the city of Los Angeles. He can navigate, our way through negative.
Hmm.
So what happened was I was writing down directions
Don't tell
because
Spencer Pratt.
right I was writing down the directions, then handing my dad the notepad. So he wasn't really paying attention to the directions. So I would pass the notepad off and then I would get in the driver's seat and drive. So that like was difficult. And this feeling of we're behind massively because we
Yeah.
can't run. We're rushing, like writing them down. So
Yes.
whereas teams are taking 20 minutes to sit down and write, we're taking like five.
Yeah.
So we would just sit, take our time, and I would solely like take over navigation and he would drive. I just thought differently going into the race.
Jack,
Yes.
tell me about your knee injury because I know you mentioned it and I feel like it wasn't really explored on the show. How bad was it?
Yeah.
So, Rob, it was bad. My first week and a half, I would say, I thought I was 20 years old again and just blowing past. I was with Eric and Tucker, just running, running, running. And then my knee said, yo, yo, hey, 58-year-old, slow down. So basically, it wasn't it wasn't like I tore anything, but it was the 58 years, the 31 years of firefighting where I don't run anymore. I
Hmm.
just throw a backpack on and I get on the treadmill and I hike. I could do that all day long, but the pounding, and we're on cobblestone streets. So after that first week and a half, Rob, literally the rest of the race, I was in excruciating pain. And if you notice me, you don't ever see me running. You see my arms doing this, but I'm walking literally because I cannot run. And I was telling someone else the only time you saw me run was when it came down to us not knowing if we were going to be eliminated. And the episode where we passed up Izzy and Paige running to Phil, my knees were killing me. But I said, oh no, we're not going to lose. So, yes, when we had rest periods, I was icing, stretching. A couple of the hotels in other countries, they had a bathtub. I would ask for ice and I would do an ice bath. I
Hmm.
did anything I
Yeah, no,
can.
it was bad.
It was bad.
It was leg two, after
Yeah.
leg two. So we were from leg two to leg 10, just we were walking the race. And it's difficult in certain legs. a lot of things are within like a 5-10 minute proximity on foot running. So when you see other teams just boop, 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 and we're literally behind because we're walking to the stations, it was that added pressure. And on top of that, we couldn't find our way out of a trash bag. So it was just a lot of stuff, but it was really, really bad. And they didn't highlight that, and his Achilles too. So it was an amalgamation of things that, was wear and tear on his body, so much so to the point in Greece, I was gonna back us out of the race and talk to production and say, hey, like we're good because he has to go back to work. So it was that bad where there was consideration of quitting, but he wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
No, she was considered quitting. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
What?
I
What?
was, I was,
no
Yeah.
way.
I was.
Tell me about your relationship now that you have completed the race together. How did it change things for you two?
Yeah, one of the main things Phil would constantly ask us when we get to the mat was, so Chelsie, how's your dad doing? And, going from dad to teammate. That was our biggest relational struggle,
Hmm.
was that him not being Captain Jack or Captain Dad, was being teammate and partner. So for me, and I'll let him speak on it, I think he allowed me to like grow up a little bit and respect me as a woman and not just baby Chelsea. And I can't get mad at him. He's my dad. He raised me. But I think he grew a level of appreciation for me as a woman. And I grew a level of appreciation for him as a dad of like, uh, we were the only father-daughter duo on there. And I'm like, what other dad would do this and last this long? So I appreciated him so much for he's still in my book, the cool dad. Like nobody else could
How
top
about
it.
that?
Fight with your
Yeah,
mama
my
on it.
kids wouldn't say that.
Exactly. You go, Dad.
So, Rob, it was our we've always had a great relationship, and mainly because she's into sports. She played ball, and I was into sports as well. So we navigated or gravitated toward each other with
Don't
that.
say navigated.
Yeah, it gravitated toward each other with that. And the most difficult part was putting dad aside and Captain Baham aside because I'm
Yeah.
responsible for 12 other lives every day when I go to work. Every decision I make, and if I'm right or wrong, could cost us severely, either myself or my crew or the citizens of LA. So, anyway, it took me about 2 weeks to realize that I'm her teammate, not her dad. And that was difficult because in pressure situations is when I perform my best. And then in this case, it was totally different. Pressure situations is
Hmm.
we were freaking out because we didn't want to lose. So our relationship has grown since I think when you able to spend almost 30 days with your kid locked up in a room and running through different countries and
Yeah.
racing people doing that was awesome. So yes, we still have a great relationship even after the race. Yes.
Jack, what about for you to go from a participant for a year ago? You're probably watching the live feeds, watching Chelsie play on Big Brother, and now you're on one of these shows. What was that transition like for you?
Um, it was like, okay, people are going to see me on TV and laugh at us. That was number one. But it was okay. I had done something before, so it wasn't like I like to talk.
Yeah.
I
Well, what'd
wonder
you do
where Chelsea,
before?
yeah, I wonder where Chelsea,
He did. I signed him up for
he signed me up
Wipeout
for Wipeout,
a
and I
year
You
got
wipe
ago, and he
out?
went
and
and
I
he made
got
it very far. Yeah.
Rob, I got wiped up out, bro.
Yeah, he
It
got
was bad. It was bad. So anyway,
Yeah.
yes,
How long
yes.
ago was that?
probably
Oh
like what, 12 years, 13 years ago?
no,
Okay.
I think it was about 15 years
Okay.
ago.
Yeah, it was a
Knees
long
were a
time ago.
different story.
Knees were different. Yeah,
These
yeah,
were, oh yeah, man. Come on now. Come on, Rob.
yeah.
So anyway, I was telling someone else, it was awesome running. We were running through other countries, and Chelsea had fans. They're like, go, Chelsea, go, go, go. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. My daughter's got fans all around the world.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I was just a tag along. I mean, she could have brought anybody else on this race with her, and she decides to take her dad. Plus, I think that's what they wanted.
Hmm.
So I was just grateful.
Yeah.
Rob, I was grateful to be there, brother.
One last thing. So that U-turn vote got very tense. Now, luckily, you two were not in the middle of any of the drama,
Drama.
but what was it like to be a part of it and be a kind of a fly on the wall for that?
I
Well,
mean, like, He was like, man, I don't care about none of this stuff. Like, let's just race. He didn't care about none of the alliances. He wanted to do it. Nothing. He just wanted to run his race. So we were sitting back just like, what is can we just Phil, you turn all of them, okay? All of them deserve a U-turn and let us start the race because our knees are bad.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty insane to watch because we didn't know how the relational dynamics that were happening between other teams in the race. So I was kind of studying during that time, like what is actually going on. And my dad was just over it. He was ready to
And
roll.
Rob, you saw they actually put it on that episode, which was awesome. When I said because they showed us somebody picked us first. I think it was Adam and Joseph, and we're like, and Phil said, "Jack, how do you feel?" I said, "Hey, it's a race. If you take it personal, you shouldn't be here." I
Yeah.
mean, come on. It was
That was our
simple.
take.
And he all this crying and all that. Man, get out of here. We're on a race. I don't have time for that. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Jack and Chelsie, anything else you want to let people know?
Man, thanks for watching us on this race. Picking on us even for our navigational directions because it was well deserved. And we were just as upset as you guys are. And thanks for taking to my dad so well. Like the fan base has been very gracious towards him. So I'm glad to introduce him to my dad and hopefully more family members in the future.
Yeah, maybe Jack,
Yes,
maybe BB28, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, no.
Yes, and I had a great time. Fans, thank you for watching us. I will say this, fans, that race is harder than what you think. So
Yeah.
if you ever get on there, you better not mess up on navigation if you
It's
were
no
talking
joke.
about me, because I will make sure I come after you. But
Listen, I get lost in my town, so I can't talk. I can't. You'll never hear me complain
Yes.
about his navigation.
no, but a great experience. I will do it again if I have the opportunity.
All right,
Yeah.
Jack, Chelsie, thank you so much. All the best.
Thanks,
Take care.
Rob.
Bye.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Rob. Take
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.